Welcome to Tembea Study. As usual, we always talk about quality and amazing stuff in these platforms. And we ensure that we share the information with you and the knowledge that you might need, to get you on your feet so you can get things sorted and you can settle effectively in these beautiful countries that we travel to. But then let's talk about students with families. So assume that you're actually in the process of applying for a visa. And as you might know, maybe some of you know, that we have the primary applicant and we have the secondary applicant. So assume if you have a family, you are coming to study, you'll be the primary applicant. And then your partner, your children will be the secondary applicants. So these will be then applicant or applicants. So if it's, for example, you have two children, you need to think about what can you really do, and either to travel with them or either you travel and then they travel later. It's something that is determined by many factors, because some families they might want to travel as a family, but then maybe finances or other options or work commitments or family commitments or decisions that they make, personal decisions that they make, just to have some left in the country, others travel. So it's a decision that the family needs to sit down and think about it. But then the best thing about this is student visas always give you an option to travel overseas and study with your family. And most countries including Australia, will actually encourage you to do that. Because anyway, when you have your family around, then you have people around, you have community around, you have people to support you, and at least you won't be like, double-sided. You won't be here and also your mind will be in your home country trying to think about your family and stuff. So think about then all these applicants, whether you're the primary, secondary, or wherever you are. Then after that, you need to think about the options that you have on this side, because as you know, immigration will have a look on your financial capacity. And then they will also check about, your ability to sustain your family in this country. So, for a single person, it will be easy to come as a student in terms of medical cover, and also the bank statement will be not as much, remember, because here you'll be talking about the primary plus the secondary or plus secondaries. So, let's say, for example, the primary is 1, then we have the secondary is 3. So that means that's a family of 4 members. So a family of 4 members, then their bank statement would be required on a particular level, a higher amount than a single person. And then if your medical cover, not only it won't be a single medical cover, might be a family medical cover, which is a little bit higher. Not even a little bit, it's higher. So there might be, for example, if you compare that prices in Australia at the moment, a single student will be paying around, maybe for 3 years, they'll be paying around $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,500, whatever, per year, per 3 years, sorry. And then a family medical cover would be going for around $12,000. So you see, there's a big difference. And the funny thing about medical cover sometimes, it's not about how many kids you have. You might have only 1 kid and pay the same medical cover with someone who has 3 kids. That's something you need to know. So it doesn't matter whether you have 1 kid or something, it's a family cover. A family cover will always comprise of yourself, your partner, and the children. Alright. Then it's important for you to know, if you're a couple, then you can go for a couple cover. You don't have to do a family's cover. But if you have kids, then straight away you will do family's cover. There are many options around that. You can figure them out as you talk with your education agent and see what other options you have in terms of your medical cover. But mostly, if you are traveling with your family, immigration will only will only accept family cover, which also increases your financial maybe challenges that you might be facing. But that's not even the issue. So there is a lot of planning that you need to put in place, because remember, most of the universities will provide accommodation for students who don't have families, because they have these bed sitters and, single rooms or shared rooms and stuff. But then for you with your family and your kids, you might have to figure out about where will you live, how your house will look like. Because anyway, you're traveling with everyone, so you might need a bigger space for yourself. So think about it and also come up with a plan where you are very sure that the strategy that you have put in place will actually be able to, you'll be able to prove to immigration that actually you have an adequate accommodation for your family, and also you have an adequate accommodation for your children too. Because once you arrive in this country or in any country that you're traveling to, they will be expecting you to take the children to school. So long as they are school-age children, they will be expected to go to school. So it is your responsibility on top of that then to think about the school fees that you'll be paying. Remember, all this tops up your financial capacity. And this is what they check when they're checking your bank statements, to see whether you have the capacity to sustain your family while overseas. So let's say, for example, you have 3 children. So once you get here, you'll be paying their school fees, right? It doesn't matter what school they're attending.